Hi. When life throws lemons at you, you give it back lemonade. Yeah, that's probably the most cringe. I don't know. It's not cringe. It's not cringe. It's That's probably one of the most truest lines. Probably one of the most used but truest lines to ever use in a statement ever. Um, yeah, things can happen, and when they happen, it's usually never good. It's usually just what happens. Well, life does not happen in a nice way. Honestly, it doesn't happen in a nice way. Um, some of you who are watching this, you probably have lived or you've been in a situation where things were just not the great for, were not the best for you. You were probably in a situation where you just didn't think it was ever going to happen, but here you are. It happened. What do you do? What do you do when something happens to you and you were not expecting it and it happens in the worst way possible and it feels like there's no way to get out? What do you do? This I realized over time that the most unexpected things to happen to you, or sorry, the worst things that happen to you are the most unexpected things that you just didn't think would happen. Imagine you're just chatting with your best friend. You're on the walk, you're on the roadway, you're about to you're about to cross the road or something, and then your friend is about to cross the road, and then you're just like, I'm headed out to the other way, and then you guys greet each other goodbye and stuff, and then as you turn around and you start going where you're going, all of a sudden you just start hearing all sorts of noise happening at the same time, and you turn around and you see your friend in the middle of the road with a car. The car stopped right in front of your friend. They're in the middle of the road. There's so much stuff happening all at once, and then hours later you find out your friend died from an accident. Things like that happen. It may not happen to you. It's never happened to me, and thank God for that. But it happens to many people. It happens to the best of people. People have never expected stuff to happen to them. The worst things to happen to people always happen at the most unexpected and unprecedented point in time for them to be happening. No one thought such would be the case. I never thought I would wake up in the morning and I would just suddenly fall sick. That never came to my mind. I didn't think about that. I didn't know such was going to happen. And well, that never happened. I'm just giving an example. But like, I never woke up in the morning and thought I'd get news that someone I know about was rushed to the hospital because of a life-threatening incident whatsoever. That I never thought that was ever going to happen. I never thought it would be my time to experience that. But well, it did happen. And while I might just be giving scenarios where such has never really happened, this is some true stuff. This has happened to real people out there. Real people out there have experienced things that were dramatic, that were drastic. And it was terrible. No one has ever thought that bad stuff would happen to them when it happened at the most unexpected time. And it's terrifying. It truly is. It's truly terrifying. But what do you do when that happens? Because it's not just about death. You're not bad stuff doesn't just mean it's death or like it was a life-threatening injury. Bad stuff may just mean you were a form of inconvenience. You just woke up and you just realized you have itches all over your body. You woke up and you realized something was just wrong. You just felt something was wrong. You went late to school. You went late for work. You probably got fired, and that's not an inconvenience. That's something serious. But like, something happened to you, and you had to find a way to gain control of the situation. You had to do the damage control. But it was a serious situation, and you didn't expect it would ever happen to you. So what do you do? What do you do when life throws lemons at you? You make lemonade. Simple. You be determined. You come back strong. Not just strong, you come back stronger. You do your best to turn your situation upside down. And if your situation is already upside down, you do your best to bring it back right side up. Because you can't just let things happen to you. Listen, life might be unfair, but the reality is that in most of the instances where we always say that life is unfair, that's 90% of the time, that's just human beings' problem. That's the problem that we are involved in. It's not just life. We say life is like a general term because we don't want to be specific. We don't want to like talk too much or say, oh, this is what happened, this what happened. But really, most of the times when these bad things happen to us, it's caused by other people. So the statement really should be, when people throw lemons at you, you give them back lemonade. Because at the end of the day, you're focused, or you're focusing on righting the wrongs that people have caused. You need to do something to resolve that problem that someone else has caused. Because it's going to affect you whether you like it or not in the worst ways possible. You have to do something about it. You have to change the situation. You have to give them back that lemonade. And so you don't just sit down there and allow things to happen to you and allow the worst of things to happen to you. You don't just sit there and be depressed or sit there and cry in anguish or be sad or have, all sorts of thoughts about self-harm. You don't just sit down and let those things control you. You get up on your feet and do something about it. Be determined to succeed, because in life it's all about succeeding. It's all about being a successful person. Whatever you're doing, you have to be a successful person. You have to be a successful person in your grades. You have to be a successful person in your finances. You have to be a successful person at your workplace, with your family and friends, in your relationship. You have to be a successful person, because that's what life is all about, being a successful person. You should not let things put you down just because it happened unexpectedly, or because you're in deep sorrow, or you're deeply troubled by what happened to you. Don't fall for depression. And I'm not one of those people who come and tell you that depression is fake, that you're just going through a phase, that you should get over it. No, I believe depression is real. I believe some people actually go through it and they actually have those thoughts where they just want to harm themselves. I believe those things actually happen to real people out there. But I'm here to tell you that if you don't want to fall into that trap where you allow your imagination to take control of you, you should get up and change your situation. No one's going to do it for you. Nobody is going to help you out. You've got to do something about yourself. You've got to change the status quo. You got to do something. You can't just let bad stuff happen to you. You have to change the situation. Be a successful person at changing the situation. Don't let the bad stuff get to you. I said before, don't let the haters get to you. Now I'm saying, don't let anything that hurts you to get to you. Because while you might not be thinking too much about it, if you are depressed, you will be transferring that that negativity around. You don't realize it, but toxic people, they share their toxicity with others. That's why there's that phrase, hurt people hurt people. They share it around. They let other people experience or have a taste of what they're going through. That's why you shouldn't let that happen. Don't let that happen to you. Don't give unexpected events a chance to win. Do something about your situation. Change your situation. You're going to make it. You're already a successful person. You're already doing well. Just don't allow those stuff to happen. If they've never happened to you, fine, that's great. Do everything possible to make sure it doesn't even get close to happening. And if you've been in a situation where you were in trouble, I just want to tell you that I'm sorry. And I just want to encourage you to do something about your situation. Don't just sit down and let it happen. Get up and make a change. Because you can make a change. You can. You definitely can. That's really just all I want to say. Don't let bad stuff get to you. When life throws lemons at you, or when the world throws lemons at you, give them back that lemonade. Because they'll definitely need it. They'll definitely need it. Well, have a great day.